So we got one last speaker, also an immigrant to this country from communist Romania, and it's so interesting, right? Because if you know a lot of folks that have come here naturalized, my sister-in-law is actually naturalized from Chihuahua, Mexico. You learn that a lot of times these immigrants have more appreciation for our Constitution, a better understanding of our Constitution than a lot of Americans do. And so with that, let's introduce Southlake resident Larah Laird.
Hi guys. How's everyone here? A little hot today, but that's okay, right? Yes. Okay, I'm going to get straight into it. Can you hear me? I'm going to get straight into it because, well, we're all hot. My name is Larah Laird. I wrote some things because otherwise I tend to ramble. I am here today because I was born in communist Romania in 1968. I lived there through the last and the worst 21 years of Ceausescu's regime and through the revolution that toppled his government. I moved here almost 28 years ago, and to this day, I still cannot believe I get to be a citizen of this great nation. In Romania, we had no freedom at all. But I didn't realize what I didn't have until I came here and I started to read, to learn about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, our laws. When the founders built this nation from the ground up, they did not envision a government meant to take care of us. They built this country for a free people, able to care for ourselves, to live life, to have liberty, and to pursue happiness, while the function of our government was always meant to safeguard our liberties and make sure our God-given inalienable rights are not infringed upon by anyone, especially them. The Constitution is a living document, not an old, outdated one like some would want you to believe. It is ever evolving. It is living. I'm sorry. This document is listing all the freedoms and civil liberties already granted to us by a loving Creator. And it ensures the government will not change its own function of safeguarding those liberties. I've been shocked to see how many people right now are willing to give up their civil liberties so easily in the name of safety. If we are not free, what are we safe from? Many have made fun, really, of those of us who are trying to sound the alarm on the blatant government overreach happening in our nation right now. To make fun of the gift of freedom is to be completely ignorant to the men and women in the United States Armed Forces who have paid with their lives to keep this country free. To minimize the importance of freedom is to turn our backs on each and every one of them, on their sacrifice and their loss. I follow a page. I'm not going to say the name right now, but they are all a family of Marines. They lost their 19-year-old son in the war. Should we tell them that our freedom is not worth fighting for? I want to say to you and to all those who think that freedom is not important, I want to say this. If you have not lived under a totalitarian government who tells you what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot do or even think, a government that can break down your door in the middle of the night and take your loved ones away because they dared speak against them, then you have no idea what it's truly like to live in a society without freedom. Allow the life I led, the life of people living happening right now in China, North Korea, Cuba, and Venezuela to be examples for you. I love that sign that said, "My children deserve the America I knew." Yes. Please forgive me for getting emotional. I have 2 daughters. I will not allow them to live the way I lived. I will not allow them to be threatened, to be told they don't matter. That will not happen here in this country. History is full of warnings for us. And the places that are still totalitarian today can serve as an example of what an unchecked government can do to its people. Ronald Reagan was an excellent president. I wasn't here during his presidency, but I read a lot about him. He has said a lot of wonderful things full of wisdom. But the one thing that Ronald Reagan said specifically about freedom resonates in my mind because I know it to be true. He said, and I quote, "If we lose freedom here, there is no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth." But this last stand on earth, only we, the people of America, are the ones that can ensure America keeps its founding principles. Benjamin Franklin said it best. When he was asked if the new country that was formed was a republic or a monarchy, he said, "A republic, madam, if you can keep it. If you and I can keep it." We, the people of America, have a responsibility. This isn't just freedom. This isn't just a privilege. This is a responsibility. We have the responsibility to keep our republic for our children. And to that end, knowledge is power. Learning about our freedoms, what they are, and the function of our government, what it is, will ensure we keep what others have fought for and died to protect. I would like to close with this. Above all the things that I have said today, which are very important, there is one thing we must do in order to keep our republic. We must pray. And we must pray hard. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray, I, God, will hear them and heal their land. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.